All right, hello and welcome everybody back to the stream. Thank you for stopping by. Really appreciate that. Sorry this took so long. I've been having OBS problems trying to get this stream on. Basically what happens was, as I have my PU Air Korea FMS, it would always pick up that display and not display the game, and I just could not find a workaround. So I just have my desktop being streamed to you. So if I alt tab and stuff, you're going to see all the different stuff popping up, but that's the only way I can do it right now because the PU Korea uses an HDMI port, and OBS thinks that the popped out FMS is what I want to show you, which is not what I want to show you. So we're going to be doing that, but we're taking this CRJ 900 from Toronto to Philadelphia. We're going to be joining up with Flight Sim Gaming. He's taken a 319, I believe, from Halifax to Philly. And I was going to join him with that, but because this took forever to get to work, plus I had an internet outage mid that as well, I decided to just go ahead and start from Toronto. And that way, I'll probably meet him while we're there. We are on VATSIM. We're also streaming on vertical stream and horizontal stream. So I appreciate all you guys who are watching on both. If you can hit a like and subscribe as well, with the subscribe counter going at the top right corner. So I really appreciate that. I'd like to thank you to all the channel partners and members. The channel partners, you can find everything about them in the description down below, as you can find discount codes and all sorts of cool stuff like that. So we are going to jump in here and get going. We're already loading some baggage. Quickly, I'll just take a look at the flight plan. We can look at it together here. There it is. So we're 983 Toronto, Philly. It's going to be 35,000 feet. The rig is 5, Phillipsburg, and then Phillipsburg transition to the Moza 4. Pretty standard. Dulles is the alternate. And we have, yeah, it's basically it. Dulles is the alternate. Turbulence-wise, they're calling for just, a couple, there's a 0.2, so it should be very nice and light. Nothing really going on with a min fuel at 4,000 pounds in Philly. We have a headwind, but then some tailwinds later on. And it looks like it's going to be a takeoff of 76,000 pounds, and we'll be landing roughly with 72. Nothing too bad. Minimum MEL, there's nothing broken on the airplane. Everything's working correctly. That should say Cat 3 next to it. And landing category Cat 3, it should say. And they're planning 3 through right. That never happens in Toronto. We're probably going to take a different runway, so we'll see what happens when we get to that point. But that's basically what the flight plan is going to say. And we are going to jump in and start programming it. Kakari, welcome. Thanks for stopping in. Good evening. Good to see you as always. Good to see you as well. Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate both people on the vertical and horizontal stream. I really appreciate you guys jumping on in as well. So we'll take a look inside the flight deck here. And we'll do a, we're just going to do, it's in a turnaround state, so we're just going to make sure the airplane is kind of in a way we'd like to have it set. These should all be off. I think my PLTB autopilot panel is conflicting. Let me just reset all that. So nav light should be on. That's all good. AP gen should be off. The pack should be off at this case as well. And again, this has just been brought in from a different crew, so we're just making sure everything is set the way we like it, which is currently it is. Let's take a look down below over here. Oh, I can't. Take a look down below over here. We're just going to give the IRS a quick reset. And we're going to go to index, position, next page, GNSS1, previous page, and we can throw it in the coordinates there. And as long as you do that IRS off and back on within 5 seconds in real life, it's a fast align. And then if you wait, it's going to be a long alignment, so you have to wait the full 5 to 7 minutes. Universe, welcome. No MELs on this one? No, nothing on today, thankfully. The other day, actually today, technically, I woke up at 4 a.m. I flew the RJ, but we had a few few things wrong, and the day before that we had no APU and all sorts of stuff. So, oh, I didn't mean to click that. There we go. Okay, it's gonna do that. Interesting. Let's just gonna bug out. We're just gonna bug out. All right. Well, I think we're done, guys. All right. Don't press Z on your keyboards, or it will cause this. And there's no fixing that. All right. Restart. Off to a great start, as usual. Something always has to break. I've been having a pretty rough day at it already. With things breaking. So avoid the Z key on your keyboard. That will cause problems for you. There's probably a way to fix it. But I'm not going to take time to figure it out. If you guys are just joining in, we're just restarting the sim very quickly, just restarting into our flight. Hopefully it should load rather quickly. I just pressed restart and I've never seen it take this long ever in its life. We'll see what happens. Yep, it's probably done. You broke it before you even started, I know. Just tried it, but hitting Z again, it stopped. Yeah, I hit Z again, it didn't do anything. It just kept going. It just kept going for me. That's what when it was glitching. That's what happened with that. All right, let's close it. That lasted long. There's Rex Atmos. Let's close that. Man, oh man, I'm kind of wishing I never went to 24. Kind of wishing I never went to 24. The sim has been nothing but problems for me. And they're just dumb problems. Like, they're not even like... They're just dumb problems. Are you gonna fly with us, Madison? Well, I can talk about the hardware we're going to use today, guys. Let's clear that little warning. On the right-hand side of your screen, we have, and this is the horizontal stream, you have the Moza yoke. And then on the left-hand side, you have our CDU version 2 by Pure Korea. There's nothing on it just yet because we're not in the sim, but this is what was causing the problem. This is its own screen with an HDMI port. The problem is when I port open, or when I pop out the FMS window and pop it into here, OBS game detection detects this little screen and I cannot get it to show the actual game ever again. So that is what was causing our big problem. That camera also shouldn't be that massive. There we go. All right, 8th time's the charm. Let's see. We will be using the Boris sounds as well, guys. And I'm not kidding, it has been 8 times. I'm not joking. Oh my god, the sim just crashed. Okay, nice try. I love 2024. What a great sim. You just want to come home and like have fun, right? No, I'm just doing a Hawaii hop. Oh, nice, nice. In the RJ. The Japan update released today looks amazing. Try a Tokyo flight, looks absolutely stunning. Yeah, well, I gotta get the sim working first. It's gonna be step one. This is where when the sim does this kind of stuff, I just turn the live off and I go play mob control on my phone, and or bid to go to work because I just can't stand to be home with this crap. But we're gonna try again because I think Flight Sim Gaming is only about a quarter into his route, so we will be able to meet him. He's flying from Halifax to Philly. We're flying from Toronto to Philly. By the way, guys, he's close to 5,000 subs. You guys can go to his channel. I'll link it in the chat here. If you can go to his channel, give him a sub. Awesome guy. And he's close to 5,000. I have a suspicion it's going to crash again. Exactly. That's why you're sticking 2020. Yeah, it was. You know what? 24, to all its credit, was working really well. And then update 3 came out. Like the beta was fine too. And update this also never saves. It will never save this setting for you. Always have to come back and do that. But yeah, the beta was fine. And then randomly, like, I don't know what started happening, but it just started to get worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. So I want live weather. I just don't want the time. Live weather. There. Fly. I appreciate you guys sticking with me while we solve this. Thank you for the subscriptions. I don't know how we've gained more of those while watching this terrible content, but I appreciate that. I'm gonna reload vPilot. I got my performance for the most part pretty well done. We're gonna restart Rex Atmos again. We're also going to put that in the turnaround state. We're gonna skip the GSX part today, guys, just because it's already crashed. So we'll just keep this simple, and we'll go back up here. The nav light's on, everything else is off. Let me go and pop this window out and put it on my other screen. There we go. Do not hit the Z key. Do not hit the Z key. Anyways, everything else in the overhead panel, it's still in a good state. AP junk still can come off. The packs can come off again. And then that is all good. Looking down here, we'll reset our IRSs once again. And I will pull up the cameras on the horizontal stream. And you can see the bottom left corner, we have our FMS there. We're going to press index, position, next page, GNSS, previous page, throw that in there. Flight plan, we'll leave it on that. And we're going to go to the iPad, flight plan, import. I just noticed this camera's not pointed. Let's bring it there. There we go. You can see the yoke a bit better. So we imported that. We'll set the payload and the fuel. And we'll go to performance, make sure that's all good. 96 is what it said. And let's see what the OFP says. 9606, 9605. That's close enough. We'll give ourselves maybe a little bit more for some APU time. It's going to be dry. 46, 46, 56, 204, 66, V2 plus 10. We'll press set all on that. And it's a 6.4 for the trim. We'll get on that in a second. So we're going to Toronto, Philly. Oops. For 983. That's not supposed to go there. Execute that. 983. And radio page, next page, JZA983. That can go in there as well. Flight plan, it's going to be via Phillipsburg. That's the only waypoint we have. Execute that. Departure arrival. It's going to be the Rigus 5. And I don't think there's an there's no ATC online in Toronto just yet, unfortunately. Let me get the weather. It's probably departing the 5s. That's what I would imagine. 360 at 9 is what the wind is. I'm gonna check online, but I have a suspicion that they're using 5. Which is a super long taxi, and then we're going to do a single engine taxi if that's the case. Although they're using 2-3. Alright. Well, we can still do a single engine taxi. I think someone requested that, so I can show you guys how to do that. Runway 23, we'll execute that. Departure, arrival. The Bojid 3, that's not up to date, that's okay. Via Phillipsburg, we'll execute that. Flight plan, perf. We're going up to a flight level 350. And it was 20,000 feet to the alternate, which I actually didn't put in. Let's do that. KIAD. Execute that. Per page. Now the fuel is 97. Throw that in there with a 0 fuel weight of, let's see what they gave us, 67,121. Alright, fuel plus 0 fuel equals the gross weight. That's been entered in. We've got an ICE deviation of plus 10. And we have some winds here. We have a minus 12 headwind on the way. Then a plus 7. And a plus 39 on descent. That's always nice. Execute that. Next page. Let's see, it's 21. Let's go GPS. It's 2159. We'll call it 2215. Yeah, it should be good. Put you in there. Reserve is 1580. Oh, actually, it's 1730. 1. Taxi fuel 400. Awesome. Perf 45 on the flex. VNAV, next page. And we have a top of climb of 271.8. We're going to go quick today. 0.80, next page. 4 degree. Execute that. And radio page, auto off 2-3. I'll go manual on the Toronto VOR. I'm also going to build in a fix on 6.2 DME. That's more engine out procedure stuff than anything. Sorry, I wasn't showing you this. But we're going to do that as well. MFD menu, we're flying from the right-hand side, so we get the VNAV option. And then left side, we'll get the on, and that just sets up our navigational displays with different stuff at the top there. We're all good. Flight plan, copy active. And then the left second side, we'll go copy active as well. Let's go to the overhead panel. We're going to start up our APU. We're finished fueling. APU power fuel. You get the in-bite test. LCV's open, SOV's open. The gauges appear. The door is open as well. We'll press the start button. And we'll give you those Boris sounds out here. The beautiful Boris sounds. Hopefully Toronto Center can come online. Prone, sorry, I've been missing the comments here, bros. How's flying been tonight? It's been pretty good. Well, actually, it's been pretty bad. I've had to do like a million restarts, but we're finally up and going. I uploaded my first ever video during the PHJN RNAV Victor approach on runway 08 with my quiet mic and no music. Well, hey man, we start somewhere, right? It's probably pretty good. You can post it in the Discord. Good evening, CFI. Is that the PUR Korea CDU? This is, yeah, this is the PUR Korea CDU version 2 with the CRJ faceplate. Owls, yes, I am a wheel pilot. And you have to start putting that in your title as well. Johan, welcome. On the vertical stream, Davidson, welcome. Can I see the airplane? This is the airplane. This is the outside here. This is the CRJ 900. And we're currently technically not in the next gen model as we don't have VNAV and all the fancy functions. All right, the APU is online. We're going to check the electric page here. So currently external power is providing the electrical power, but the APU is blue, which means it is good power. So I'll press the APU generator to auto. The APU is taken over the load. We can disconnect the ground power from the switch, and we can press the electric page once again. And we got everything in the green there. Back to the status page. The hydraulics can be thrown all to auto the on positions. The packs can be thrown both to the on position. The belts can be on. And then we can set the Philly landing elevation here, which I don't know off the top of my head. So MCU, no, it's actually index, database, KPHL. And we have a 36 feet. So we'll just do 2 scrolls of that knob, and that should give us 40 feet. 1, 2, and 40 feet. That's all good. Let's go ahead and set up our autopilot panel, and I'll give you guys a whole brief once we're all ready to go. Thank you for all the subscriptions. We are climbing like crazy, so thank you for that. Let's bring this camera up, and you guys can see the Winwing PAP 3 and the brand new PDC-M and PDC-N on the side, and also this little lighting panel is the PU Air Korea PLTB, which these don't work for the RJ just yet, but the PAP 3 works, and the lighting panel works as well, so we're using that. Rig is 5 off 2.3 is a heading of 237. So we'll set that in there. We have 56 plus 10, 166, 5,000 on the SID. And that's basically it. We just got to set our flight director to the right-hand side as we're flying from the right. And then we need to set our acceleration height, or our level off height there. So we'll go MDA, and we're going to hold shift and scroll this up to 1570. It's 1,000 feet above airport elevation. And that tells us to start dipping the nose down. And instead of targeting V2 plus 10 to 20, we're going to start targeting our VT speed for climb out and retracting flaps and all that good stuff. We hit the B button for altimeters. Yeah, thanks for commenting, Davidson. Appreciate that. I'm doing more Citation CJ3 flying. Been loving that. I've never touched the CJ3, but I have the Flight Effects Citation 10. That one's pretty cool. I like that one. The rudder feels completely weird and off to me, but the rest of the airplane's really good. You already put the link in the self promo. Oh, okay, cool. I'll for sure to check that out. We'll check that one out. Let's brief the charts together, guys, and then we're going to get going. I'll put this in the day mode. So we're over here in the 50 gates, or the F gates. We're going to taxi through the ramp, Alpha, Mike, Alpha, and then Hotel will be short of 2-3 at Hotel. We don't need that extra little bit there. We're flying the Rigus 5 off runway 23, which calls for a heading of 237 to 1100 feet, then right turn 245. Expect vectors Murno on course up to 5,000 feet. Noise no turns below 3600 feet. The engine out upon reaching 6.2 D, mean at 1570 altitude, left turn 200. Okay, done. You've been briefed. Everything's set on the flight directors and all that kind of stuff. There's no threats other than sim performance and me reading your comments. I love to read you guys' comments, so when you do comment, I'll be distracted in reading that when I shouldn't be. But we'll count that as one of the threats that we can encounter today. Everybody's good to go. Let's go ahead and continue here. We're going to get all the external stuff turned off. So ground power is off. All the doors are nice and closed. We can get rid of the chocks. We'll check the doors page. Is all closed. And we'll go up to the top. We'll turn the right and left. Actually, we're going to turn the just the right fuel pump on. I'm going to show you guys a single engine start and taxi. So we're going to single engine start the right, and we'll leave the left pump off and the left engine off as well. That's all good. The landing altimeters or pressure's already been set. Beacon light can come on. Our transponder can be set to number 2, as we're going to be squawking on 2. And might as well put in our CTAF frequency, as we're going to need that. And we're ready to go. Let's get GSX up, and we're going to set our trim as well. Prepare for pushback. Oh, it's a 6.4. Okay, that's the right tug. The airplane have people. It's a game, so it would have people. The airplane can hold 76. Well, it can hold 90 if an airline would want to hold 90, but most carry about 70 to 80s. Pearson Traffic's Jazz 983 pushing stand 254 lane 10. All right, I'm going to turn my camera off for the time being. Hope you guys are enjoying the stream so far. Got 22 of you guys on the vertical stream. Really appreciate that. If you guys can go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe, that'd be awesome. All right, we're gonna just go straight back to the circle. What's quick edit pushback? Oh, I shouldn't have pressed that. I'll just press enter. All right. Let me do this, 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 and parking brake released. That's a glitch. Overhead panel. That's strange. Well, I'll give you this cool view. Hopefully that gets fixed. Puppy, hey, welcome, welcome. Puppy Land, by the way. Oh yeah, no worries. I recognize you. Hope you're doing well. Alright guys, we're going to start up number 2 first. I don't know why this is glitching now. Has anybody ever seen this? I have never seen that. We'll look at my weather too. I have some weird stuff going on right now. Tell GSX to stop. Hey Dilly, welcome, welcome. Alright. You just can't have a nice day. Let's turn this off. Let's see if it's FrameGen's fault. It's not FrameGen's fault. This is super strange. I have no idea what's causing that. That shouldn't be it, but... Okay, well, I fixed it. We'll leave it like this for now. Let's start number 2 here. Starting right. Why? How are we? What? How are we back here? This game is terrible, man. I hate update 3. I hate update 3. We're gonna go ahead and get rid of GSX completely. We're above 20% N2. Let's go ahead and non-fuel. Give you guys some nice sounds. No, it's probably just me. I'm the finder of bugs. I find them all. That's why I'm on the beta team, I guess. Cool. Welcome on the vertical performance till the Winwing throttle release. I have two devices because when the MCDU came, the website was lagging. I don't understand that comment. Performance till Winwing. Yeah, I have 2 devices. Oh, I see what you mean. You have two. You have 2 devices on the website ready to buy it. Nice. Yeah. Well, good luck getting it. Hopefully, do. Alrighty, the right engine started. With that, we're gonna check our electric page. Can't find it. Nope. There we go. You can see the right engine's powering bus 2 and the APU's powering bus 1. That's all good. The only difference with our after start is instead of turning the APU off, we're gonna need that to start the other engine. So leave that on. Aft cargo can come on. Probes can come on as well. We will check our rudder with full left. Neutral, full right, neutral, back to the stat page, throw the steering switch on, the parking brake off, taxi light on, and we are ready to go. The airplane with one engine is quite a lumbering bird, so you'll probably need quite a bit of thrust actually to get rolling, sometimes even 60s to keep it moving. What is the name of this game? This is Flight Simulator, Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 is the name of this. Yeah, I have no idea what could have caused that problem at the top. We're just going to leave that alone for the time being. If you guys are new to the channel, I really appreciate a subscription and a like. This is my day job. I fly this airplane for real. So if you have questions on it, or if you're struggling to learn it, be sure to ask here or in the Discord, and I've got a bunch of tutorials on how we fly it as well. So I don't know what this line of cloud is, but we're just going to say it's not there. Pearson Traffic Jazz 983, taxiing in the ramp, Alpha Mike, Alpha Hotel, short 23. Am I seeing my beacon light right now? So many problems. I don't think, I think I might need like a complete disk reformat and a like Windows reinstallation at this point. I'm kind of done. Well, back for 2020. Yeah, exactly. I love how beefy the RJ sounds. Yeah. Awesome sounds. Oh, I just realized you guys can't hear some of the sounds probably. Stand by, let me fix that for you. There you go. You probably weren't hearing VATs in this whole time, but I was. Holy, we got 30 of you guys watching. Really appreciate all you guys watching tonight. Clean 2024 install works wonders. I just reinstalled 24 2 days ago. That's my third time doing it this month. Yeah. Darren, hey, welcome. Thanks for stopping in, my friend. Hope you're doing well. We're gonna take the next left turn. That'll be Alpha Mike. And then we're gonna be turning right on Delta, or on Alpha. Oh, we have Vatsim today. Yeah, we do. Well, there's no one online. It's just we're just talking to the local traffic. Got a few people flying into Toronto, which is kind of cool. Oh well. Hopefully the stream is still going. You guys can let me know if it is. Cool. Yeah, I'm sure it won't be the last time. I don't know what's happening. I've given up. I've given up hope. This past month has been awful for my sim experience. Anthony, welcome.
Toronto traffic.
Ron,
Jazz
welcome as well.
234 is joining the left downwind for runway 6 right for the IL 6 right, expecting the approach in 5 minutes and the field in 12.
All right, let's go ahead and start up our other engine.
Pearson traffic.
APU is on.
30 going around.
Fuel pump on. Let's make sure the ECS page hasn't screwed itself. APU is still, ISO still open. Awesome. Left throttle is idle. Starting left. Hear that bleeds cut off? That's pretty cool. Definitely was a GPS jammer. What I'm going to do, guys, as well after this stream is I'm going to take the time to install the entire sim onto the computer and stop streaming it. And by the way, guys, if you are on VATSIM and you guys are losing performance, not internet, but just like losing graphical performance, I just released a new video on my channel for what helps with graphical performance on VATSIM. It's about downscaling your VATSIM traffic from 4K to 1K, and I've already noticed a huge difference. You save about 40 gigs of space, and I've noticed a big performance difference on VATSIM as well. Yeah, you lose a lot. You save a lot of storage. It's like 40 gigs, all those models. All right, the left thrust lever is up. We can go flap 8. Let's go ahead and grab our. Actually, let's do before the after start. APU is off. The gens are all on. That's basically it for that. And let's go flight controls full left, full right, neutral, full down, full up. That's all looking good. This looks so much faster than it does rural. Like this, we're only doing 19. Usually we're in the 20s. I was going to do that until I saw how large the whole game was. Yeah, it's a massive game, but I think it's worth it for me as a streamer. I just don't really want to dedicate so much internet. I mean, I have 3,000 down and 2,500 up speed, like gigabit 3 gig speed, but still, I think even though you have the speed available to you, today it's being kind of intermittent, but even though you have it, I think it's even smarter to just save it for the streaming side of things. That makes sense. Maybe Model 2K think that's still okay. Yeah, I mean, as long as you're getting the good performance. It's just while streaming, it takes so much of a toll for me for some reason, even with the brand new 5080. The new sim update 3 has been just terrible for me and a bunch of my friends too.
On traffic, Canada.
Yeah, Universe, FSTL traffic, all those models are about 4K. Oh, sorry. All those models at 4K texture resolution are about 40 gigs. So if you watch my latest video on saving performance, you'll save about 40 gigs by downscaling 4K traffic on VATSIM from 4 to 1K. And it also makes your sim run better because you don't have all these airplanes at 4K textures. And this is personal. I don't care about I don't really care about a 4K other person's 777 when my game's not working well. So I always downscale it. Toronto traffic, Jazz 983, lining up runway 23, Toronto. All right, let's get our lineups out of the way. That's not the one I wanted. We'll say we're clear takeoff because there's no one else here. The takeoff configuration is okay as well. That's the wrong sound. Whatever. And we'll box the messages.
Toronto traffic, Canadian 1337, 15 miles per hour, runway 06 left.
6 left. Dude, the 2-3s are in these, bro. Okay, if you guys are members of the channel, please go ahead and get your... This isn't working either. Get your flex emojis in the chat. Really appreciate that. Let's give you guys the camera. I can find OBS. And we are going to roll. Thrust set. It's a little slow to accelerate in the sim, I find. We'd be at 80 a long time ago. 80 knots checked.
Traffic watch is 7230, 5 mile final runway 23%.
Yeah, like this takes way too long to accelerate.
234 is on the left base for the ILS runway 6 right, 14 miles.
V1, rotate. Awesome sounds. Gear up. Speed mode. Nav mode. Climb 157 heading FMS2's armed.
7230.
FMS2's captured. Engage the autopilot. Oh yeah, it's not going to work until there's the bug as well, but that's an Aerosoft bug. Now we can engage the autopilot. Look at the yoke move, that's pretty cool. Passing level off flight, let's go and accelerate to our VT speed. It was roughly 208. We'll see if we can get closer to maybe 207. Thanks, Chuck. Thanks, Social as well. We're V2 plus 12. We can go flap 1.
Traffic, Canadian 13,
And we're VT minus 15, flap 0.
06 right, fully established, local out and wide flight.
The traffic who's landing 6s for some strange reason. Alright, climb thrust. And we're going to go ahead and get our crossflow back to automatic. Our landing light can come off, and our reversers can get disarmed. Alright, let's go accelerate 250. And we're going to give ourselves a higher altitude. Let's give ourselves 7,000 feet. Excel 250. There's climb 250. Just going to get around this traffic and then I'm going to turn. It is only 19 degrees. No icing is a factor just yet.
Front of traffic, here sprint 551.
Going to go around this guy.
Party 123, on it down.
All stations, just be advised, Pearson and use the 2-3s, 2-4s. See if people can wake up and not go on 6 left.
Is that IRL or your call?
It's IRL.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah, Pearson's weird. They look at the wind and they say, who cares? Let's keep on going up. Climb 250. The airplane didn't take my command. Autopilot disengaged. Oh, this yoke is way too heavy. Way too heavy. I gotta fix my Moza profile.
Traffic, Canadian 1337, short final 06 right.
The climb 250 didn't take. It doesn't know. It's okay. She has her bugs. That's okay. Autopilot re-engaged. Let's give ourselves 350. I'm just going to get away from this guy, and I'm going to bring it in left. And we are far away from him now. We're going to go... Let's go do some on course. That's pretty typical. And I actually have to do it through here because it won't work. Execute that. FMS2 is captured. Actually, let's just go direct Mickey. That direct is broken as well a little bit. It puts it way too close. Anyways, that's okay. Passing 10 grand. Let's go ahead and get our taxi light off. Let's see. It's looking pretty bumpy. We'll leave the belts on. We're going to go vertical speed, 1,500 feet per minute, and we're going to excel 280 knots. Why is the airplane turning left, you may wonder? Nobody knows. That's the way, the new coding of the Microsoft 2024. Let's give myself direct once again. Mickey, execute.
Front of traffic, here sprint 551, passing 4,700, directing to save on to.
Yeah, this plane has so many problems in this simulator. I don't know if this is like this in 2020. I don't remember it being like this. Like, I don't know why it's commanding a turn to the right. But anyways, we'll hand fly it for a bit. That's okay. The flight director is usually wrong in this sim as well. Look, I'm accelerating and it's telling me to pitch down for 280. That doesn't even, oh, I'm in vertical speed. Never mind. That's my fault. That one actually is my fault. Climb 280. Now the flight director bars are correct. And we're going to press Command A, which is autopilot engaged.
Pearson traffic, Jazz 234, 4
Aerosoft
mile
is a
final,
joke nowadays.
ILS right,
Yeah.
in 2 minutes.
I mean, this product, I actually help with the beta team. I help with the flight model, all that kind of stuff. I volunteered my time for free. But well, we had it really good for 2020. And then there was some update that came out and it kind of destroyed the flight model a little bit, especially in 24, unfortunately. So directs don't work, the LNAV doesn't work that good anymore, the logic plan that doesn't work. Let's see, we're coming up with some clouds. It is 10 degrees, we're above 230 knots, we can go throw the cowls on only.
Stand 109. Alright, Papa.
Possible pilot deviation, please advise, ready to copy and phone number for tower. Yeah, exactly. Is that my call or is it real? No, it's real life, my friend.
And Jazz 234 is on the visual, 6 left.
I should have plugged the channel. Yeah, it's IRL. By the way, just come watch our channel. Here's some CFI. That got pretty dark. Good thing we throw the cowl anti-ice on. The little high-pitched whine is the hydraulics, by the way. The RJ is fine for me in 2020. Yeah, the 2020 one I think is still fine. The 24 one has a lot of this LNAV problems, from what I can tell. $250 knots max speed and landing lights on until 10. No, that's not how we do it real life, Darren. I fly this plane in real world, so that's not how we do that. But our landing light is in the CRJ. The landing light's in the nose gear. So if you put the gear up, there's no light. So that landing light switch you have down doesn't do anything. The left, right, and the left and right ones will, because those are on the wing route, but we only use those in IFR or nighttime conditions. So we do the taxi light off through 10, which can, the taxi light, I'll go throw it on for you. That also does the wings as well. Those are the taxi lights right there. You'll see if I do the landing light, the single landing light, which we use in day VFR conditions only. Nothing happens because the landing light's right in there. So that comes off in the after takeoffs. That comes off at 10 in the CRJ land. It's a little different than the Boeings and stuff. No sound. What I break now? You've had no sound this entire time?
Pearson traffic, Jazz
I know
234 is vacating Charlie 3 and will be taxiing Charlie Alpha Kilo.
Flight simulator. You guys gotta tell me this stuff earlier, man. Sorry, I've had an OBS update and it got rid of all my scenes. So I'm having to kind of rebuild them as we go, unfortunately, here. Turn the cameras off. You don't really need those anymore. That's funny. Thanks. Yeah. So we can go through the lights. I actually have, I think I have a video on the lights in the RJ on what we do. But if it's nighttime, let's say it's nighttime and we're taxiing. Nighttime and taxiing would be this. And go up here. So that's night and taxiing. Okay, taxi light on. You can use a center if you want to. Strobes off, logos on, wings inspection off. Then we're going on to the active runway, not cleared takeoff, strobe and wing inspection. This is nighttime. Keep in mind. Clear takeoff, all three come on, and you're just lit up like a tree. Everything's on. Okay, now let's reset. Now we're going to do day VFR taxi. Day VFR taxi looks like this. We enter the runway, strobe light, clear takeoff, clear takeoff. And then same thing, night is the same thing as the IFR as well. You can do the same stuff we did that. So throw the strobes back on, turn that off. Time through 18 most likely we'll do transition. And we're through the clouds as well, throw cowls off. Sweet. We are looking good. What you guys saying? Cool, no thanks. Okay, there would be an exception for that. Yeah, the RJ is a little different. Can't just leave the gear out to 10,000. Yeah, if you want to. There's been planes that have broken gear that they have to be ferried. I knew a guy who flew from LaGuardia back to base with the gear down at 10,000 the whole way because it was MEL. It couldn't retract. You can do it if you want. I didn't notice I was too engrossed in the radios. Yeah, no worries. Love the IRL tips. Thanks. No worries, Anthony. Hope you enjoy. Yeah, the RJ would defo have landing light rule exception. Yeah, I mean, people I've noticed in the sim are always gung-ho about the lights. They're just lights, guys. Just turn one, you know. You forget one. Oh well. It's not the end of the world. So, it's okay. It's just those are the lights. And other operators might do it differently. But if you do the nose gear light, it does nothing. The only ones that will actually affect right now, that will affect... You can see that, you can see this, you can see this, you can see these. This one does nothing. So that's the other landing light right there. Some companies may have this on all the time or off all the time, depending on whatever. But for us, it's only... That's day VFR. And then night or IFR. We use all of them. Alright, well, it's been relatively smooth. So let's go ahead and chuck it to belts auto. Does Alaska Airlines have RJs at this at one point? I thought they did. I thought they had 200s, but they're operated by someone else. But my VA takes off points. Yeah, I know. Yeah, all that point stuff drives me nuts, especially with those VAs where you'll land it and you'll like grease. You know, all they care about is feet per minute, so you'll grease the landing, but you're like out of the touchdown zone, 5,000 yards off the center line. Like, great landing, good points. But yeah, don't worry about that stuff, guys. Just the one thing that I was culture shocked by is because I was flight sim before I was flying airliners, so I went flight sim, high school, flight instructor, airlines. So I did the whole thing with the dream from flight sim and all that kind of stuff. And I hope someone passed out when I was flying on their airplane, so I can tell them I have 12,000 hours in FSX and I can take control belts on. Anyways, the culture shock that I had was a lot of pilots, and myself included, once you get to the airline world, and it's not flight instructors. Flight instructors still have a bit of not attitude, but I don't know how to describe it. But once you get to an airline and you're very confident in what you're doing and you enjoy the people you work with, everybody is very chill. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody will... I think that's a Hannah Montana song. Anyways, everybody makes mistakes, and everybody will... so hopefully your partner will catch those mistakes, and you'll catch your captain, or the captain will catch you, or vice versa, whatever. And that's how the airline operation is run. Everyone wants to go into work, have a nice day at work, obviously follow SOP to the best of their ability at that day with they can do. And then if you miss something here or there, the other guy's going to pick up the slack, hopefully, right? So you got to play off each other, and it's a teamwork effort. That's why when you go for your flight tests every 6 months, it's a pass or fail together, right? So if I mess up like greatly, captain doesn't catch it, we fail. Captain messes up greatly and I don't catch it, we fail. That's how that works. So that's my one message to the flight sim community, is just chill out, man. Just chill out. People will be talking like, oh my god, it's gusting 25 and this and it's gonna be a hard land. It's like, what's the worst that's gonna happen? You're gonna get to the MDA, the minimums. If it's not stable, you're gonna go around. If it's stable, continue. If you see the runway, continue. If you don't see the runway, go around. That's it. Just keep it chill, keep it simple. As long as you know what you're doing and you have a backup plan to, if this happens, this happens, this happens, I'm going to do this, this, and this. All right? So as long as you have those kind of plans in your head, you can keep it chill. If you have a fire, you can keep it less chill, but you still have to keep your composure, so... you're not gonna get angry phone call about the light. No, you're not. No one's gonna see those lights. No one even sees those. So you'll be all good. And the other thing is most airlines nowadays, let's say you did mess up, not on lights, but let's say you messed up somewhere where it was maybe a pretty firm landing, like a hard landing. We're talking like 3 to 4G, like a hard one, or anyway, something you messed up. Most airlines have a what's known as an SMS system, which is the safety management system. So basically what you do is it's a non-punitive reporting system where the reason it was created is because there's so many pilots, and each pilot is never going to be able to make every single error and mistake possible. So the SMS was designed that if a pilot makes a mistake, you're going to own up to it. You're going to report yourself, not report, but you're going to send a safety SMS of what happened, what could you've done better, type of a thing. And the culture is slap on the wrist type of a thing. You know, watch out for next time, don't do it again. All right. If you have multiple SMSs for, you know, the same thing, you know, that starts to become a problem, obviously. But that's kind of the philosophy behind the SMS system, and a lot of airlines use that system now, of a non-punitive. Look, this happened. It happened because of this, and this. You know, whatever. You own up to it. Now the problem happens if you don't. Let's say you mess up like greatly, and you don't SMS yourself. The airplane knows everything. It's going to tattletale on you for everything. Not lights. Lights don't, no one cares about lights, but we're talking about like major, you know, you're unstable through 1,000 feet on an IFR approach, and you continued to be unstable or till 500, whatever. The airplane tattletales, and it red flags you if something, you know, something's not in the criteria of what it's supposed to be operated in. You exceeded the flap limitation, boom, red flag. So if you exceed the flap limitation and you SMS yourself, say, look, this happened, we told maintenance, da-da-da, no harm, no foul. You're not going to hear a word. But if you exceed the flap limitation, tell nobody, that's where you're getting talked to. If that kind of makes sense. It's all about honesty. Everyone's going to make mistakes. It's all about honesty. Gecko, welcome. Not going to drop out of the sky, exactly. Gaga, I won't comment on the airline, but thank you. Appreciate you joining. I do fly the 900. Clouds look nice. Where are we? We are probably just passing somewhere over, probably past Niagara Falls. Yeah, we're just to the east Niagara Falls, east of Rochester, by about 50 miles or so. Just crossed Lake Ontario. Oh no, what am I talking about? We're east of Cleveland. Sorry. Let's go over to the Unicom there. Yeah, we're about east of Cleveland, about 100 so miles. Everything's going to plan so far. Poltergeist. That's funny. Yeah, I'm sorry. Guys, I just said it and I kind of rang in my head. I'm like, wait a minute. You had no idea you even liked flying planes, so you got a flight sim? Yeah, exactly. Flight sim opens a lot of doors. I find wing landing more fun, to be honest, especially when you pull the landing off. Yeah, that's like that's the culture we do in healthcare. Mistakes should be learning experiences and not punitive. Exactly. How can we change the system to prevent these from happening again? Exactly. That's the same for us. Obviously, if there's gross negligence, you can be like criminally charged, obviously, depending on, you know, if it was, you know, either intentional, non-intentional gross negligence, but 98% of the day-to-day stuff, you're going to report yourself and say, look, man, we screwed up. Such happened. And it happened because of this, and this, or whatever. That report's going to get filed somewhere, and the company basically is looking for trends. They're looking for trends. If multiple crews are making these mistakes, then maybe it's not the crews, maybe it's the training, maybe it's something else they can fix, maybe it's the procedures going into a certain airport. So it's all about collecting data and how can they mitigate those things. For example, going into DC, let's say we had 4 crews SMS because they kept breaking the over the restricted airspace, something, whatever. Just an example. You know, 4 crews said, yeah, we screwed up, guys. Sorry about that. That's the SMS. 4 crews individually, separate days, you know. They can say, hey, maybe we need some more training in this environment, right? We'll do some more visual approach in DC in the sim. We'll set out some memos, that kind of stuff. That's all that's meant for to do. The best CFI out there, what's up? Hey, welcome, Five Snipes. Thank you. 34 for 35,000. Dob says, I always try to tell all my students it's totally okay to make mistakes. Don't put unneeded pressure on yourself when you fly, and don't feel comfortable in certain conditions. Don't fly. Exactly. That's it. Know your limits, play within it. Just like gambling. My limit's quite small, though, unfortunately, for gambling. Yeah, it's the same thing. And it is hard. Like, pilots are type A personality people. So, you make a mistake, and you're going to feel terrible for the next, like, couple days. But, you know, you're going to go home, sleep it off, and then you grow, like, before, when I was an instructor or a student, your landing wasn't that great. You'd feel bad about it for a couple of days. Now, the landing is, at the airline, is just one part of so many things. Like, if you did the landing, maybe it wasn't your best landing in the world, but you did everything else right, I still feel good. I'll still be like, damn, that landing kind of sucked. You know, we'll fix it on the next one, type of thing. But it's one of those things to not beat yourself up over it, because it's pretty easy to beat yourself up over it. Let's excel 0.8. We're going to keep this in the climb thrust setting. We're going to do a top of climb check. We are sitting at, let's see, 220 miles left in the flight with 7,000 pounds of gas on board. And the top of climb is 250, so we're about 30 miles more en route, and we're 500 pounds above planned. We're 25 above min. We're doing good on fuel. Accelerating 0.8. Sorry, I've been neglecting the vertical stream. Davidson, if you're still here, I'm sorry for this. It's paid. It's $4. Yeah, sorry, that's probably out of context by this point. We have one of those in virtual airline. It's self-reporting for safety stuff, or general plane issues that are abnormal. Yeah, it's a good culture to have for sure. Got a nasty wind off the right, 84 knots. Man, we're going 460 across the ground. Aviation safety procedure and policies are largely made of learning from mistakes made. Yeah, and exactly, because you can't learn everything from your own mistakes. There's just so many mistakes you might not make. So we need other people to say where they screwed up. Air Force does the same thing. I think they do it in a different way, but I had to stop though. COSIM not rich. Sorry, I've been on a real world. I've been on two. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, you started flight school. Yeah, it does get very expensive. Jay, welcome. I had issues with the CRJ a few weeks ago with the flight director randomly losing control. Yeah, dude, the CRJ in 24 especially is quite broken. So unfortunately at this point, it might be something you did wrong, but it's probably also could be equally as much as just being a bug. So if you have a video recording of what happened, I can help you out. But most likely it's just a bug. It got a lot worse in 24, unfortunately. And I've spoken with Hans. He is intending to fix it eventually. But that's not on the cards just yet, waiting for 24 to get a bit more stable. Raid says takeoffs are optional, landings are not. Exactly, yeah. Raid, we were just talking about the SMS software, or the SMS kind of culture. And I was just on a rant earlier about how the flight sim community, not everybody, but usually the flight sim community on a whole is always about being, you know, the most correct person in the world, and if you don't turn your landing light at 999 or 10,000 feet, then you're gonna get fired and all this stuff. So we were talking about, you know, take a chill pill. Most airline guys are pretty chill, and SMS, and everybody makes mistakes and all that kind of stuff. So we're talking about that, which you probably have experience with as well, obviously. I usually think, oh damn, I defo cooked. Yeah. If you have time to go over the Collins flight dynamic. I know it does not work, but I have no... Oh, you mean this guy over here? The HCP? Yeah, we can set it. We'll set it on our... we'll set it for our approach. It doesn't really do much for us on a Cat 1, but basically what we can do is we can set up different modes. So we usually fly it like this, primary and VMC mode. And then when you press enter, it'll bring VMC to the top. Whoa, I don't know why my view just changed. So that's what VMC mode looks like. And then if I go back to primary, that's what primary looks like. And then we have A3, which is for Cat 2s and Cat 3s as well. So that's all about the HUD, but we can go through that in our setup, which we should start doing like now. Let me take a quick drink of water and I'm gonna start doing it. Alrighty, let's get the weather. First thing, weather weights plates. Let's get the weather. They're using 22 left and 27 left and 35. We're gonna, 27 right and 35 for departure. We're gonna expect 27 right is what we're gonna plan for. So we'll select the 27 right ILS. We'll pin that chart. The weight, let's see, performance. Our zero fuel is 67,121. Legs page, sorry, no, it's going to be up here. That's probably a little high. They're expecting us to land with 6,000 pounds of fuel, which is only 700 pounds away. Let's see. The flight plan has us planned at 5,000. I'll call it 5,500, and we'll plan for that. So 67,000 pounds was our zero fuel weight. 67,121. 67,121 plus our landing fuel of 5,500 pounds. I did not do that right. 67,121 plus 5,500 is 72,000 pounds. So we're gonna go to the EFB, which is one of these views. Eventually, I'll get it. There we go. Performance, takeoff and landing. Let's go to charts real quick. Use flight plan, performance. Oh, it should have grabbed it. Anyways, KPHL in there. 27 right. It's let me check the A. This should be dry. Check our speed real quick. We're doing okay. And weather. Light rain, mist. All right, let's put it to wet. Okay, it has it all in there. 6 mile light rain, mist to broken 5,500. Cool. There's no gust. We'll use dual reverser. I didn't change my weight. I was gonna say that seems a bit excessive. 72,261. Enter there. Calculate. Yeah, I think it's a bit excessive, but we're gonna make it either way. Let's refresh the METAR. That'll probably help it. I think it's just not doing anything anymore. Alright, well anyways, that's been calculated. We'll make it just fine. We'll be manual braking anyways. Now we're gonna go. We got the weather. We got our weight, which gives us our landing weights. Gives us our landing weight slash distance and speed. So we'll set 150 for V2 go around and 109 for the VFTO, which I think is also a bit high, but we'll set it in there. Now it's time over to go to the plates. Let me bring up the plate for you, which is the ILS runway 27 right. I'll bring that kind of down over there. And we'll go down here. Quickly, I'm going to go over here and put 8,000 at bunts, because that's what we're going to expect. And I just want to see what that requires right now. 8,000 at bunts only requires 1,600 feet per minute, so we're looking good right now. Departures and arrivals. Next page, ILS 27 right. We're going to take this via... we could honestly probably take it from Menge, but that's okay. We're just gonna go, we'll just vector ourselves in, so that's fine. Don't execute it just yet. Press the legs page. We're gonna bring Phillipsburg up to the top. Actually, by the time I execute this, we're gonna be past that, so let's bring Har up to the top. Next page, bunts at 8,000. That's all good. Then a FAF cross at Jalto. Jalto 2100. 2100 is in there already. Next page, runway 27 right. It'll be a ref of 138. Misapproach. Runway heading 1,500 feet. Right turn 3,000 to MXE. Holding MXE 205. 3,000 feet. Execute that. Actually, it's probably 208. And we'll execute that. That's been inputted. And it's, yeah, in the sim it does this thing where it has to get back on its new path. We're going to just kind of fix that up really quickly. There we go. And we're going to go direct Har. That's all done. Let's get the localizer frequencies in. It's 108.95. You can either type 108.95 into here, or you can just type the identifier, which is IPDP. This may not work in the sim. IPDP. There we go. That should say /IPDP. It should actually say the letters there, but that's fine. We'll copy that over. We'll set up our MDA, which is 211, so 220 in the RJ, because we can't do single digits, so we have to round up. $220. And lastly, we're going to set up our HCP. So we got a runway length. Let's find it here. 27 right, a runway length of 12,000 feet. Wait, what am I doing here? 27 right. 9,500 feet. So length 9,500. Enter. Touchdown zone elevation of 11 feet. And I got that number just right here on the chart. TDZE, touchdown zone elevation, 11 feet. Execute, or not execute, enter that. And then a glide path. These should have question marks next to them. It doesn't, that's just not modeled. Is a 3-degree slope. We'll just re-enter 3. Enter that. That shouldn't have switched over. We'll leave that in primary. Alright guys, well we're all set up for the ILS 27 right. I'll give you guys a briefing if you're ready. We're going to be flying the Bojit for RNAV arrival as briefed, and my chart, my chart should be in dates. Page 10-2, effective 5th of October. We got expected 8 at Bunce, so that's what I've gone ahead and targeted. It needs 2,000 a minute, I think right now. Let's see what it needs. Bunce at 8. Yeah, it needs 2,000 a minute. We'll start going down at 2,700 a minute required. We'll fly that as brief. We'll bring it down most likely to a visual, but I'll plan the IFR in case the weather gets worse. It is raining with mist. It's still 6 mile viz though, but gonna be ILS runway 27 right in the Philadelphia, page 11-8 effective. Let me bring this up a little bit bigger for you guys. Oh. There you go. Effective date of 25th of January. ILS is 108.95. Let's set left and right with final port course of 268. Jalto, FAF cross 2,100 feet. MDF 220 set right. Touchdown zone is 11 feet. MSA on the OOD VOR is 2,600 feet. Missed approach, runway heading left, runway heading 1,500 feet, then a right turn to 3,000 feet. Inbound on the MXC VOR, holding at the VOR, and it looks like that will be a parallel entry to get into that. In that right hold. In case we have to go miss, either person can call it, including ATC. I'll select toga button, toga thrust, flap 8 gear up, speed mode, heading mode, gauge it up at 600 feet. White needle is now available in nav mode. Start reducing the start retract the flaps around 1,100, about 1,000 feet or so. Climb thrust with the after takeoff checks. Discuss why we went missed. What is our next plan of action? And I shouldn't have clicked that. Let's press legs. There we go. And we have 3,200 pounds of extra gas is what this is calling for. I don't know if I trust that too much. Let's match that up a little bit more. It's only a 100-pound difference, but we'll throw it in there. Most likely to have only like 2,000 pounds of extra gas. Even so, we're going to be having we have enough gas to come around and try again for another attempt into Philly. And we can also use LaGuardia as an alternate as well. Dulles is the current alternate. 27 right, going to exit most likely right on Tango or Kilo 5 high speed. And we'll be sure not to blow right through the apron, which is very easy to do in Philly. That's about it. The threats. I mean, again, I like to read the chat, so I'll probably read in the chat a lot. That's about it. Does this texture look weird to you guys? This is looking pretty terrible, in my opinion. But yeah. Consider you guys briefed. I'm going to get rid of that window. And I'll read your comments here. I was just very much the pilot realized they fucked up. Yeah. If you have time to get over the... Oh, yeah. Yeah, we did that. Yeah, yeah. Rate says, oh, just got here? Yeah, yeah. No worries. Yeah, we were talking about the SMS earlier. Just came on. Is there any new version available to 2020 MSFS Store 2.1? 2.1 is the most current version. You can't get more current right now than 2.1. We're going to keep an eye on Bunce at 8 needs 2,600. Let's go ahead and bug 8,000 in this. Holy carpal tunnel. There we go. 8,000 is set. Might as well start down now. Vertical speed, negative 3,000 feet per minute. And we're going to reduce our thrust. It's a little aggressive, the autopilot in the sim. The lovely CRJ. Welcome, Kraken. Thanks for stopping by. It's such a wonderful airplane. It is in real world. In the sim, it needs a lot of work. But thanks. Love the channel, CRJ and Doc. In a few weeks, do you have any recommendations to leverage MSS prior to starting maximized prep? If you have access to your SOPs, your company's SOPs, what I'd highly recommend doing, don't even fly the plane, but sit in the gate and run through the captain's and the first officer's SOPs. Do them all, and you'll find yourself so much more ahead of the game if you can do it. Do one page at a time, and if it needs to take a day a page, do a day a page until you get it to the memory banks. That's what I'd recommend doing as much as you can. Chasing Tornado coming in with a massive $10 donation. Your videos have made my landings in the CRJ so much smoother. Thank you for your videos. I really appreciate that, Chasing Plane. We get some thumbs up for Mr. Chasing Tornado. I called you Chasing Planes. Chasing Tornadoes. Really appreciate that. Thank you so much, and thank you that you enjoy the content. By the way, hopefully you checked out, guys, my new latest video on how to save performance on VATSIM. And that has to do with downscaling VATSIM's FSTL traffic from 4K to 1K. Makes a huge difference in storage and a huge difference in performance as well. Threats, Philly residents. I like the Philly layovers. Lex, welcome. Can't say long, but glad to see I could come and say hi. Well, thanks for stopping in, Lex. By the way, guys, go check out Lex's channel as well. He streams a little bit more than I do, and he's a nice guy. I'm bringing a thrust back to idle there. But yeah, Jason Tornado, really appreciate that. Thank you so much. We'll check you guys in the vertical stream. King Pilot, welcome. Have you found the perfect settings for 24? No, I still haven't found the perfect settings. They're better. Flight Sim Gaming, who is also going to Philly right now, by the way, guys, go check out Flight Sim Gaming's channel. I'll post his link in the description or in the chat. If you guys can go into his channel and subscribe, he helped me with my settings. Really awesome guy. And he's almost at 5,000 subs. If you guys can just go hit him up with some subscriptions right now, we really appreciate that. Tell him I sent you there, and he'll get very happy. He's a really nice guy, local guy. I know him in real world as well. Super nice guy. But he helped me with it. Still, it's better. The problem is the frames are high. I get like 120s, whatever frames. The problems are the little micro stutters, and I've done so many micro stutter videos, tutorial watching on how to fix it, and I never had this problem before. But it just started last week with my 4080. I got a 5080, and it's still there, so it's quite annoying. Michael, yes, this is 2024. Yeah, this is 24. If you guys are new as well, please consider subscribing and pressing the like button. Every like does help the channel. We got actually quite a bit. We started this stream at about 9402 or something on the sub. No, 9413, and we've gone up to 9429, almost at 9430. We have a huge giveaway plan for 10,000. I have a couple companies, actually 4 companies, who have who will be sponsoring this giveaway. So we have 6 winners. We're going to be giving away a plane and 1, 2, 3, 4 gift cards, or maybe 5 gift cards actually. That equals 6. So a huge giveaway plan for 10,000 subs. The Big Man CFI, welcome Insight, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. Please go give my friend Flight Sim Gaming a look. He's actually on approach right now. I actually just commented in his chat. Beautiful sunset coming up in the distance there. But yeah, you'll find these guys, these 3,000 feet per minute idle descents work quite well. It allows us to do idle thrust and make it very nice and efficient. Hey, we got to 9430. Appreciate the subscription. Damn, it looks like JFK has ATC, but we don't have it in Philly. That's too bad. Oh, we're coming through the transition. And the altimeter setting for us today is going to be 2981. Let's see if I hit the B button, what it'll do. That's pretty close. We'll just scroll it down to 81, 81, 81. Start bringing these brightness of these screens down. We'll put our little bit of our backlighting up. Let's do it for everything. And we're also going to bring that guy down. And I like a tiny bit of flood once it starts to get a bit darker. Alright guys, so we're coming up on the point where we're going to have to start slowing down. You can see we're coming up to 10,000 feet and we're still hauling at 310 knots. That's completely normal. And it's normal to be fast in the bug as well. Don't worry about that. What we're going to have to do is you'll notice that bunts now requires 1,500 feet per minute. And all we're going to do is we're going to keep descending at this rate until roughly 12,000 feet. And at 12,000 feet, maybe 12,200, I'm going to select 1,200 feet per minute. With idle thrust, this is going to nicely come down to 250 knots. We're going to bug that now. And you'll also see, because we're holding 3,000, this number has been counting down. It started at 27 or 26 required, and it's went all the way down into 14, now 13 required. And it's going to magically be, when we do 12 at 12, it's probably going to say 12 as well. So it usually works out, and it's such a nice little fun game to do in the RJ. To get it all just to work out. There's 1,200 feet, slowing down to 250. Perfect. That's what we like to see. It's 20 degrees, coming up to some clouds. We don't need any anti-icing, so that's all looking good. Insight on the vertical says, I never asked. No, I don't speak it. I don't speak it. I tried to sound it out, but no. That wasn't going to work. That's my views. I think my view is a little off here. Oh, it is. There we go. Set that as my new view. Oh, yeah, and I forgot, on my takeoff, my yoke was way too strong. I'll go ahead and bring that back a little bit. Disengage the autopilot really quickly. I just want to try. It's a little better. Autopilot's engaged. Try this again. It still feels off. There's something off with this. We'll go autopilot re-engaged. Notice that we're just nicely coming into 250. Squeaking through. 10,000 feet. Lights on. We'll ding this a couple times. Let's put the overhead lighting on a little bit as well. Alright. right, the altimeters are set for Philly. Pressurization set for Philly. Everybody's knows in the back that we're about 10 minutes away or so. And all the briefings are done. Yeah, that should be better. All right, re-engage autopilot. Try that out. $9,000 for 10,000. A little bit of thrust here. Just looking at the Moza software this whole time. Try 9,000 for 8,000. What am I talking about? Just to clean this up, I'm just going to direct high full. FMS2 is captured. Let's get the CTAF frequency up and running for Philly. Thank you for the subscription. Appreciate that. KPHL. 18.5. 18.5. Locally tuned. We don't trust you. That's why I did it manually already. 18.5 in the comm. Alts cap at 8,000 feet. Let's see, we're roughly, I'd call it, this says 60 miles. Well, this is 20. That can't be 60 from the airport. That just doesn't make sense. I'm at a 20-mile scale. It's 40-mile ring, and Philly's right there. It's about 25 miles, not 60, Mr. Airplane. About 25 miles to the to the northwest. And we're level at 8. I'll let them know. Philadelphia Traffic Jazz 983, approximately 25 miles to the northwest, level 8,000, descending via the Moza 3, planning ILS 27 right. Billy. Thanks for the subscription. Appreciate that. Keep them coming, guys, if you don't mind. Prone says, how much do you flare in the CRJ? It's whatever it's required. We don't really go more than 8 degrees. 8's pushing it. 7 to 8. Yeah, I wouldn't go more than that. And we start, in real life, we start our flare around, 25, 20 feet. In the sim, if you do that, it sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. But in real world, 20 feet flares work quite well, actually. It just takes a little bit of getting used to oh, whoops, I pressed this button. Let's go back to indicated. It takes a little bit of getting used to not do anything for... You hear 50, don't do anything. Hear 40, don't do anything. 30, start working your power back. And then 20, start to flare. It takes a little bit of getting used to how low the airplane used to have to flare it. We set 3,000 feet. Let's go ahead and do... Let's see, we're still 20 miles. Gotta lose 5. Or 4, actually. No, it's 5. Alright, that's good enough. Descend 250. Inside the soup here, we got 20 degrees on the TAT, so no anti-ice required. Flights and Winwing, welcome, welcome. All eyes on you. Let's get it. Let's get it, man. Let's start flight recorder. This is where the game's probably going to start lagging. Varian, welcome, welcome. Thanks for stopping in. Michael, you mentioned that the CRJ, let's bring our thrust back a little bit here. You mentioned the CRJ isn't the best. Could you elaborate? Are there flight dynamics different from the real one? Yeah, I mean, I'll give you a tip. Every single flight dynamic in any sim is different from the real one. Even the ones we train on, they're not that great. And that's the CAE big ones. But yeah, anything you fly in the sim won't be close to real. But the flight model has some stuff. The flight model is not as broken as the logic of the airplane, the FMS logic and the capturing of LNAV tracks and ILS and all that kind of stuff. The flight model actually isn't that bad. There's a couple. It looks like seems like there's like wake turbulence that's modeled in the sim when there shouldn't be, and the airplane starts to do these random rolling maneuvers that it's just very strange. So that's all I've noticed. It's more logic-based stuff, though. I don't know what I clicked, but started to get a little bit of audio bugs once I started Flight Recorder, which isn't good. Hello, sorry I don't know how to pronounce your name there on the vertical stream, but appreciate you stopping in. Oh, you know what? I think the I think what those glitches are is auto FPS downscaling the is bringing down all the T load and O load, and it's glitching my sound out a little bit. I did grab the light. All right, cool. It's also nighttime, guys. Let's go ahead and I should have grabbed those through 10. Grab the wind inspection and logo lights on. So now we got these are the logo lights there, right on the logo of the airplane. Free advertising, why not? And the wind inspection lights, which face towards those wings. Philadelphia traffic, Shaz 9834, descending 3000 left, correction right, downwind 27 right. Match that up. Yeah, getting a lot of stutters. As soon as I started Flight Recorder, there's Alt's cap. We're gonna go heading sync, heading mode. Green needles on the right. Of course, the course is wrong. It should auto set. See how the left side auto sets right there? 267. That's what the right side should do as well, but it never does in the sim. So we'll set manually 267. We're gonna slow down here, guys. That's why my my speed is decreasing. Oh, I went the complete opposite way, didn't I? Oh, the scroll takes so long. We're looking to go below 230, and then we can get flap 1 out. Oh my gosh, 267. All right, there's 230. Let's bug 200 or so. About 210 actually. I'll take a right-hand turn. Go flap 1. We're going to sequence this FMS. 267. Execute that. A little bit of thrust. I'm not the best at vectoring myself, so this may get interesting here. Hey, you're getting the same audio instead as I was getting? Oh, okay. So it's not just me, man. I see how this is. You're supposed to put wing lights on under 10. Yeah, at nighttime, wing and logo through 10. Yeah, yeah. What do you like from the Tim Hortons? I like the ice cap. Let's go flap 8. Slowing 180. And I like their farmer's wrap. All right, let's bring it around town. About 240 on the heading. That's too much. 210. There we go. Philly traffic, Jazz 983, turning final 27 right, 12 mile. All right, let's arm the approach. Don't know why arming the approach changed the heading. But anyways, a lot of bugs, a lot of bugs. Maybe I clicked some by accident. I don't think so, though. Loke, should say Loke 2, not 0, but Loke 2 glide slope arm. Glide slope's alive. Prone, thank you for becoming a channel member. Really, really appreciate that. You guys get access to some channel member videos and our emojis. Really appreciate the support, and thank you for everybody subscribing and liking. Thank you so much. John Doe, welcome. Tim Hortons has now been invaded. We won't talk about that. What do you like about Tim Hortons? Their napkins work? A little bit of rain here. I don't actually know what you mean by that. There's Loke 2 captured. We're setting up 267 on the heading. Runway's in sight for now. Gonna go ahead and give you guys the camera. Oh wait, that was the wrong button. Camera. And I think I put my Navigraph away. Oh no, there we go. Yeah, I did. Let's go to the back. We're gonna drop our gear. So you should hear like a clunk. Anyways, gear down. Do the rest of that, and we'll get our reversers armed. Flight spoiler 0, we'd give the back a little couple chimes there. That's all looking good. Glide slope captured. We're gonna wait till the rad out. We don't really need more flap, to be honest. Because it's visual, we could be stable by 500. So usually I do 2,000 feet, flap 20, 1,500 feet, flap 30, 1,000 feet, flap 45, stable by 500. Now, if it's IFR, you're going to want to start getting flat 20 in now because you need to be stable by 1,000. So you got to move all that up by 500 to 600 feet or so. Philly traffic, Jazz 983, Jalto final, 27 right. More Ritter, hey, welcome. A bit of RJ, yeah, supposedly the Canadian designers built the gap between the thrust levers and the flap panel to be perfect size for a box of Timbits. You know what? I'm going to test that theory. I'm going to say no, that's way too small. A 10-pack is way too much for that. But anyways, go flap 20. But that'd be awesome if that was true. Let's slow 160. Quick question. Oh, you're never going to get a box art? Yeah, that makes sense. Is your Moza link, does it have discount code? No, Moza's never given me a discount code, unfortunately. Put the lights on for you there. You guys can see the yoke. Let's move that a bit like that. Let's maybe move this a bit like that. You guys can see the thrust levers there. My Prodes Sim CRJ thrust levers. We're going to go over, give ourselves flap 30. Hit the record button on our flight recorder. This is probably where the lag is going to start. Flat 45. Let's go ahead and slow down. Ref of 138. The autopilot's actually doing a pretty good job. In real life, the CRJ can be autopilot flown into an ILS to down to 80 feet. It's actually pretty good. In the sim, not so much, but in real world it is. Once it's intercepted the load, which is a different issue in real world, but no, yeah, unfortunately we don't have a discount code for Moza. I have a bunch of discount codes for like PO Air Korea and that kind of stuff, and Pimax and other things, but Moza never gave me one. But if you use the link, I really would appreciate that. It does help help the channel out. Flies on donuts and bagels every afternoon. Are you supposed to have speed brake armed with landing? Nope. There's a switch here. You can't see it, but it's the auto ground, or it's the ground lift dumping system. It's an automatic, so it has sensors. Weight on wheels below, I think it's 7 or 12 feet. There's an arming altitude, and a bunch of idle thrust, and then it'll activate the spoilers for you. You don't have to arm them. And I want to give the Airbus stock from Moza. It's just a little expensive. It is a little expensive, yeah. Starting to sway, autopilot disengaged. Starting to sway, disengaged. Look at that. I was gonna put that on a mug or something. Let's make sure my view is set kind of nice here. Now I noticed that in the sim, the flight directors are pretty useless in terms of real flight directors, but this one's actually doing not bad. So maybe it's like approach dependent. Philly traffic Jazz 983 short final runway 27 right. Check stable. Now, in real life, on a precision approach like an ILS, it actually doesn't call 500. Your pilot monitoring would actually have to call that out based on the radar altimeter. And it doesn't say 4, 3, 2. It doesn't say all those. It's quiet after 1,000 feet. It doesn't do anything. This is MK Studios, Philadelphia, by the way, guys. If you'd like to check it out, I do have a... see, that's what I'm talking about, these weird wing rolls it does. I do have a discount code for it on the Contra web shop.
100.
I never turn my lane lights on. Tab 3, help me, thank you. But that was the PLTB, actually.
20. 10.
There we go, it's at the reverse. Hopefully it's modeled. I think it worked. Yeah, the yoke is still too heavy, and it doesn't do enough. So I'm having to still adjust my stuff, but it was not that laggy, guys. So performance-wise, that actually went pretty good. And the CRJ, we can keep idle reverse. Has to be idle at 60 knots, but you can keep the reverses out. You do not have to stow the reverses in the RJ to taxi it. It has to be idle reverse by 60. I'm gonna put them away anyways. It is getting a little choppy now. We're gonna press stop recording, and hopefully that'll help. Usually, I don't know if they want to take that right turn or go straight, but we're gonna go straight into the replay, guys. So we're gonna stay everything configured. You guys know I don't taxi and shut down. I can't be bothered. Let's go find VPilot, wherever that disappeared to. Disconnect, and we will press replay. And I'll read up. That's the gear warning horn you're hearing right now.
200.
It's going to be going off with a bunch of warnings. Yes, I'm first officer in real life puppy. Yeah. I mean on the RJ. Are you supposed to have super brake? No. Yeah. No. You're not supposed to arm them in the RJ. They come. It's automatic arming. They will deploy by themselves. It might not show in the replay, but they will deploy. Yeah, there they go. They will deploy by themselves. It's weight on wheels, idle thrust, and I forget the arming altitude, but it's below a certain radar altimeter altitude. I believe it's 7 or 12 feet. Once it's below that altitude, weight on wheels and idle thrust, the spoilers are armed for you by itself. You don't have to do it. Bossman, welcome. Thanks for stopping in. By the way, guys, go check out Air Bossman and Flight Sim Gaming, one of my two good friends. So go, not one of my, but two of my good friends. Go check them out on YouTube as well. Let me go ahead and get rid of the cameras. You guys don't need those anymore. And I'll back this replay up. We'll give you, let's do this actually. They're cool sounds, man. Boris has such a good sound pack for this. Yeah, Lonnie, if you're still here, if you were getting those audio bugs, I'd love to know if it was in Philly as well, or if it was just in general. Mr. CSC Gaming, welcome, guys. Go check out CSC Gaming's channel as well. This guy's building a full A320 cockpit in his garage. Some stuff that he's paid for, some stuff he's just built. I'm never that kind of person. I can't just build stuff. I'm going to destroy more than I can build. So if you guys want to see, also he does flight streaming as well, and content creation and reviews. But if you want to see a full A320 cockpit, CSC is your guy. He's making it right now. And he has a build videos with episodes. So do go check that out on CSC channel. Thank you for stopping by. What is ProDesk and PU Air thing? ProDesk Simulations is a company that makes Honeycomb Bravo add-ons. Blackbird and Flight Sim Factory, I've heard, are better quality than them. Now you can see that the airplane was just sinking. That's another thing that's probably kind of wrong with the flight model in the new one. It didn't have that in 2020. But anyways, Blackbird and Flight Sim Factory also make the same type of stuff that Proto Sim makes, but I've heard from my own experience, and I've heard from other people that Blackbird and Flight Sim Factory are better. If you want to purchase Proto Sim stuff, I do have a discount code down below. PU Air Korea, let me put the camera on for you, is a different company. They make so this is Proto Sim. They make the CRJ throttles. They also have Airbus and a bunch of other stuff. This is PU Air Korea down here. This is their CDU version 2, which is a hot swappable FMS, and I have the CRJ faceplate on it. And then I also have up here it's kind of hard to see, but I made a video on it. This is their PLT-B, which is their lighting panel. It's designed after a 3.7, but they also have the PLT-A, which is designed after an Airbus. And then all this is Winwing. This is the Winwing, this is the Moza yoke, and I got Winwing rudder pedals down below. I do have a discount code for PU Air Korea. It actually expires tomorrow. The PU Air Korea discount code expires tomorrow, guys. It's in the description. It's good until the 26th. And then Proto Sim, I also have a discount code for that as well. You gonna try Super 27 at release date? Yeah, I did email FSS, so hopefully we'll be able to get a show copy for you guys, and we'll be able to look at it. Yeah, no worries, CST, of course. They will take over the convenience stores at GTA 6 too. No. Cool. Let's keep going. We'll do another replay.
Don't sink. 50, 40.
Let's back this up a little bit. We're gonna get a bunch of warnings because of the replay. And we're also gonna get that one. I don't know why the light is flashing.
100.
Do that. Whatever.
50, 40, 30. Don't sink.
Yeah, that's where I was pulling and nothing was kind of happening. I'm going to check if I have any, I don't think I do, but let me check if I have any sensitivity curves, because if I do, it should be taken out immediately. No, it's all default. Yeah, it feels like I'm doing stuff with the yoke and nothing's happening. So it's just more profile tuning I have to do. I've been messing with this profile in the RJ forever, just trying to get it to work nicely. Let me see. Da, 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 da. Might actually do some landings with you guys on stream, and we can build another profile here. John, let's keep that all out of here. I'm gonna have to delete those comments. I already have the Super, I just haven't had the time, bro. Oh, you have the Super 27? Yeah, I think it looks pretty cool. It looks pretty cool. Major Mark, welcome, Major Mark. If you guys ever get a chance to catch a Major Mark stream, be sure to check it out. Chill vibes, as always. Thanks for stopping by, Mark. And Chocolate, thank you for subscribing and commenting on the vertical stream. Thank you. Yeah, sorry, John. We just keep it clean. Oh, we got some politics going on in the chat. Someone has a problem with Mello. Someone has a problem with me. But yeah, someone was asking about the spoilers in the RJ. Let me go ahead and... oh, where's my mouse? Let me go ahead and show you here. I'll bring the lights up. Let me go back to landing. I'll give you the landing real quick, and then we'll go look at it. That's a great sound. That sound of that gear touching down. That's exactly what that sounds like. All right, we're gonna pause the replay, and I'll make it daytime. Someone was asking about the why we don't have to arm the spoilers. So the switch is right here, and it should be automatic by default. But here it is, a ground lift dumping system, the GLD. It's set to auto. So basically, with it in auto mode, with weight on wheels, thrust to idle, and I believe it's there's an arming altitude, which I don't have the top of my head, but I think it was something like 12 or 7 feet on based on above ground AGL rudder, sorry, not rudder, radar altitude. If all those three are met, it will deploy the spoiler for you. You do not have to physically pull it, and you don't have to you do not have to arm this or do anything. You just leave it in auto mode. So that's the GLD system right there. I'll give you guys a couple more in the daytime so you guys can actually see what we were doing here. Let me back it up. Philly's a pretty cool approach in real life, especially on the 2.7s, because they used to have yeah, there it is. There's like aircraft carriers and some cool stuff there you get to fly over, which is kind of cool.
Don't sink. Don't sink.
Later, puppy.
Don't sink. Don't sink.
Again, guys, if you're new, go check out the newest video on my channel on how to downscale your FSTL traffic. You're going to save a lot of storage and performance on VATSIM if you fly VATSIM, especially.
Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. 400. Don't sink. 300. 300.
And again, guys, this is the MK Studios, I keep saying LaGuardia, MK Studios Philadelphia, which is not native to 24, but it actually works quite well. You can see I had a bit of a wind gust there, picked it up with the yoke. So this is where I have to, that wind gust that we had that picked that wing up is what convinced me that my settings are a little incorrect, because the amount of force I put into this yoke was almost like, if you go back to the recording, it was almost, you know, about 60 degree deflection. That would be, you know, that'd be very quick to respond in the RJ, and it didn't really do that, so I have to go back and fix that kind of stuff. So what we're going to do with you guys on stream, if you want to watch me do this, or I can turn the stream off, but I'm going to go ahead and adjust my yoke settings right now with you here, and hopefully get everything working correctly. I did a little bit last time in stream, and I got it a little bit closer, but I'm going to do it again, and hopefully try to nail these profiles down. David in the vertical says, you is good pilot. Thank you, appreciate that.
Don't sink.
All right, let's go ahead and resume.
Don't sink.
And I'll go ahead, oh, not resume, I need stop replay.
Don't sink.
I'll go ahead and throw the cameras back on.
Don't sink.
I'm just going to be doing some testing on what
Don't sink. 400.
what force does what. You can see how much my yoke is moving for, it's a pretty delayed response.
Don't sink. 300.
It acts kind of strange, to be honest. I think that's mainly because of the new flight sim physics. So I'm going to do something I've never done before, and that's actually increase the curve, like in the positive. We'll start with 20s on both, because it should be a little more reactive than that. And we'll go from here, just so I can tell Gravel later what the airplane is doing.
200.
Gravel's the one who codes it in.
Don't sink. Don't sink. 100.
Now it's a bit too much, so I'll have to go back and adjust it.
Don't sink.
It's a little sensitive now,
50.
which is to be expected.
Don't sink. 20.
And then everything in Flight Sim has like too much lift, and like we're at 120 knots. That airplane would have slammed in real world. Barely have to touch it. Controls. Probably do maybe just like a 5, just a little increase. A very little increase. All right, guys, we're back. I don't know why this keeps happening, but we're gonna continue testing. Let me bring my brightnesses back up here.
300.
Should be able to make
200. Sink rate minimums.
trying to make outrageous maneuvers just to kind of see what the airplane's gonna do.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Yeah, there's very little bit happening within this motion, which actually does quite a bit in the real plane. But at the same time, if you increase that so it does happen here, then the whole airplane is just flipping on its tail. So there's definitely some stuff we have to do to fix that. To a flip? Yeah, we ain't gonna do that.
Minimums.
Clear that. I'm just trying to find Moby Flight.
Sink rate.
Let's try it at 50%. I'm not even moving. Sync rate.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20.
Yeah, that's not doing at all what I want. Oh, well, this is a dumbass. I didn't press stop replay.
Minimums.
I was flying flying my approach replay mode.
300. Sink.
Now it's reacting a bit.
300. Don't sink.
Yeah, I really wish they can do something in the software to make this centering.
Sink.
Like, I want it to center. Boom. And I can do it, but only if I have a super high torque setting. All right, and then it centers. That feels pretty good. That yoke response felt pretty good.
100.
Pitch isn't terrible.
50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
It also seems like this airplane, like when it comes, like I'll be holding like 50, like, you know, 700, 800 feet a minute, but it gets to 50 feet and it wants to just dive. Like it's like it's like a cancellation of ground effect almost. Here, I'm not going to do anything.
50. 40. 30.
And the vertical speed stayed the same, but it almost feels like the airplane just wants to like hit, just slam. There was actually DCS a long time ago used to have inverted ground effect, which is a bug was reported forever, and then they finally fixed it. So
200.
don't know why the autopilot is on, but turn that off. But it almost feels like that, and I don't know how to kind of combat that.
Sink. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Let's go back, and I'm gonna try one more thing. It's gonna be a weird thing, but I'm gonna adjust my view. Usually I sit with a little bit of that showing like that. We're gonna try this. This might become my new view. Let's fix our speed real quick.
Don't sink. 200. Minimums.
Now this is too low. It's too high.
100.
Too low again.
100. Don't sink.
Kind of better.
30. 20. 10.
see all this lift, man? Like I've been idle for so long. It's just it'll just keep going. I won't really do that too much. Anyways, I think the yoke settings are pretty decent. I might need to make the pitch more than the roll. So let's go back to settings. And I'm just going to increase that to 10. Try that out. Stop replay.
Don't sink.
The other thing that's wrong, and I don't know how to describe this, but it's almost like the lift being generated when you're pulling up. It's not enough lift. Like it's like you have to pull so much for this airplane to create lift. And I know I've been saying it's floating, but I think the floating is a ground effect thing and not an actual lift creation from the wings and flaps, angle of attack based. So I'll have to get with Grovel to kind of fix all this again. We had it really good in 2020.
10.
Hit. Yeah, it's gonna hit hard. I think that felt pretty decent though. Let's do a quick takeoff. Lap 8. Trimmed about 6 point something. E1 rotate. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Don't sink.
Let's go back to flaps full. We'll do one more replay. I'll give you guys one more landing with the new settings, and then we're going to call it there.
Don't sink.
I'll try.
200. Don't sink. Don't sink. 100. 50. Don't sink. 40. 30. 20. 10.
There we go. And I'll give you guys a quick little replay of that, and we'll call it a day. Okay, someone's impersonating my name. Your band. Oh, that's pretty decent. We'll do one more. Give you maybe from behind here. Oh, yeah. Okay, good enough. There we go. Perfect CRJ 200 ground effect. Yeah, exactly. You on Bell or Rod? We're on Bell. Gigabyte. Alright, guys. I'll give you a wing one. We're gonna call it there. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream tonight. We're still gonna be dialing in settings to making all this stuff work a bit better. But thank you so much for being here and subscribing and liking, do all that great stuff. And we will see you on the next stream. Bye bye for now.